Hello and welcome to another episode of Untitled KKP Show, where we talk about video games and anime in this case, because there's a big one that happened during the past weekend. I'm talking about Comic Fiesta 2025. This is me, Mr. Toffee, Jonathan Toyat, and let's get right onto it. First up, thank you so much to the Comic Fiesta organizers and the media folks for passing us a ticket to go check it out. It was really good access to check out everything, and also taking in the media and exhibitor and VIP only elevators to get to where we wanted to go to different floors. So it's really packed. Like, you've got like the outside of the KLCC Convention Center, where you've got lots of cosplayers just hanging around and just taking photos and doing their photo op stuff for the entire day. 2 days worth of picture taking. And thankfully there was no rain. That was one cool thing, because I remember in previous Comic Fiestas there was a bit of rain, and then that dampened everybody's spirits and everything. But in this case, I think the Comic Fiesta folks actually hired a bobo or a shaman to pray that there's no rain. So good job. Regardless whether they actually hired them or not, that was a little joke right there. It didn't rain, so that was great for everybody to just hang out and just take photos and do their photo op stuff outside. There's like a big ass park right there. You can just do filming and do shots and pose and whatnot. Really cool stuff. Even better if you can wake up early in the morning to do all of that. Let's see, and there were actually a lot of other highlights for there. Like, you've got the Anime Man, this Australian dude who hosts this show called Trash Taste. I think I remember some of my colleagues and writers and whatnot, and some young folks talking about these guys a lot. Yeah, and we have a really big ass concert. I mean, there are 2 concerts both nights. Yes, and yeah, there were a lot of people like selling their stuff and wares and whatnot, like very official stores, Kinokuniya, Good Smile Company, that were selling a lot of Hatsune Miku and Uma Musume exclusive merch right there. So the lines for those were very long. Like, there was like a snaking line and everything. So in terms of panels and whatnot, we just cherry picked the ones that I kind of like, basically, because I was the one who accepted the invite and decided to check it out. So the big one was, of course, No Straight Roads 2 panel, where they had the director, Juan Hasmer, popping up with 3 of the voice actors, Stephen Bones, who did Zook, and Suling Chan, who did Mayday, and oh my god, I just went on Twitter and I just saw a bit of drama going on at Comic Fiesta. Some guy's art is getting stolen. Oh, that's not good, man. That's not good. Sam Yo. Yes. Casey is... There was also Casey, who... there was also the voice actress for Casey, Sam Yao, who also dressed up as Casey, yes. So Suling Chan dressed up as Mayday. Sam Yao dressed up as Casey. Really cool stuff right there. The cosplay, like, they're the first few cosplays. I mean, there were actually a couple of others too, but the official voice actresses dressed up as the characters who made their day and whatnot. So really cool stuff right there. And they were talking about like the ins and outs of the voice actors, how they work and everything. Fun fact, Casey's voice is basically mimicking, the influences of Casey's voice, according to Sam, is Knives Chow from the Scott Pilgrim franchise, the Asian girl who likes Scott a lot. She got the cute voice and everything. The latest being Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, where basically Knives becomes her own character after Scott dies. Spoiler alert for a 3-year-old show. Yeah. Anyway, really good stuff. I can definitely see the influence, and Casey is the Gen Z to the older characters in the Bunk Bed Junction. Yep, cool stuff right there. So she's gonna be the young one who's in touch with the hip youth and everything. Social media person and the keyboardist, yeah. And of course, we had a bunch of skits. They're also selling plushies for Mayday and Zook through an online store. You can check out the news on our Kakuchopre page, Twitter page, X page. And they also revealed who voiced Rama Irama, one of the bosses in the game. And it is VTuber Liliana Vampire. So we broke the news. Well, it was announced at the stage floor. We were actually the very first people who actually announced it and talked about it, with everyone else posting about it the day after or so. So yeah, good stuff right there from the folks Metronomic. Everyone was cheering for what's happening right there. Like, it's all the drip feed kind of information, but it's really cool that we also get to see some sketches and whatnot of the main characters and whatnot, and the bosses, and the big reveal, of course, for some of the for one of the voices. Rama Irama has this cutesy yet evil diva-like voice, so it would fit well coming out from a very dramatic YouTuber like Liliana Vampire. Overall, that's a great showing. I think we're gonna see more reveals of the game probably middle of next year, 2026. So looking forward to that. But this is a really good way to promote your game for people who may not know much about it unless they go to Tokyo Game Show, which I don't think most of us who hang around Malaysia would want to fly down unless we get a ticket. And even then, the public days for Tokyo Game Show is just insane. I mean, you got Level Up, but that's more like a B2B kind of event with people who, for the business side of things and media. So this would be like the first B2C thing in Malaysia where they had No Straight Roads. There's even an MDEC stall booth where they had like a bunch of indie games being presented there along with No Straight Roads 2 being playable, the first part, and it's really, really cool that they got that ongoing. So on the gaming side, the indie gamers and all that, all the video games right there, they're all cool. So yeah, I got a bunch of studios with the games right there. Metronomic, Dreamonaut Studio, Why Not, Cinderella Berhad, Komodo Range, Cryopsis Studio, Xenoism Studio. They had the games Lirai, Fires Out, Princess of the Water Lilies, Froggy. Those are the other games too, so those are worth checking out when you got some free time. Demos, full games, yeah, good exposure right there from MDEC, or like a little part there. We also got an invite to check out the new movie from Soji Kawamori, anime movie. It's called Labyrinth. And it actually debuted in Malaysia, like the theatrical debut was here in Malaysia at Comic Fiesta. The actual movie will be coming out on March 2026. I think it's got a January, February, March staggered release in different countries, but I know Malaysia, we got it first here. And the actual theatrical debut for cinemas all over, like publicly, will be on the 26th of May. Yeah. Sorry, March. I believe it's on March. So the film is about a teen named Shiori, shy and awkward, but does videos with her best friend. And somehow her screen on her smartphone gets cracked, and then she ends up in an alternate universe, abandoned world where stickers and emojis live. Avatars living around in a deserted world. And taking a place in the real world is another digital avatar called Shiori. It's basically her, but a lot more outspoken and out there and very extroverted. Whereas Shiori is a bit more shy and a bit more, she has anxiety and always thinks ahead because of people comment her on the videos and whatnot. Then the digital Shiori, which is a Shiori all caps, is out there and she's making waves, doing videos and posing and being friendly and whatnot, and also singing her heart out and everything. And she actually gets her fans to like her and all that. And you also got this rabbit guy named Komori, who actually escorts Shiori around the abandoned world. And you've got another person, a guy with whose eyes is closed by his hair. We're just calling him the producer guy, so I forgot his name. He tries to help out digital Shiori in any way possible, and also knows that about the outside world and everything, and the fact that Shiori is trapped in that world. He's also trying to help her, but to what ends? And he obviously looks like a shady guy, so you just look at the poster right there and you know what I mean. But generally, it's a pretty cool show. I think it starts out really nice, introduces the world a bit, slows down a bit in the second act, but it really, really picks up really well from the third act and beyond, because they introduced another character in the second story. He was alluded to in the first act, and then he came out in full force in the second act. He ends up becoming a bit of a catalyst for Shiori later on. This is a kid who plays baseball in the classroom with Shiori as well, and I'd say he's one of the one of my favorite characters too. I'll say that in the crowd I was with for the fan screening, everyone was cheering for this kid and the action that goes on in the third act. So it's got its own pacing and everything, which I enjoyed. At least the third act per se, like everything comes full circle. We find out what this abandoned digital world is, and we also find out Digital Shiori's master plan and how it goes from there. It's a well-told tale, and Soji Karamura, you gotta remember, he also did Macross and Escaflowne. He worked on other people's properties as a mech designer, and also, I guess he made his own in the form of the Visions of Escaflowne, the anime series. And his let's just say, I mean, there is actually a mech battle in there in the show, and a lot of really funky, cool designs with the stickers and whatnot. And the mechas in the show and the way the landscapes and the digital world is being designed with the coloring and everything, it's cool. I do wish that the animation in the third act is on par with the rest, because I feel that Act 2, I could tell that they're cutting budget right there in terms of like, oh, we're just saving it for the action bits in here and there. I'm talking movie standards, by the way, not TV show standards. In fact, the best production for Dan 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 matches this show, but I've seen movie anime films like, I guess, Mamoru Hosoda's work and the 4 Evangelion quadrilogy. Yes, those shows, the 4 Evangelion Rebirth movies, they blow this show out of the water in terms of animation work. But I'd say for a first time effort with the studios he's with, the action bits and everything, Shoji Kawamura and his team did a great job with the story and the pacing and telling the story that yes, we do rely a lot on social media, but it's integrated so well into our lives to the point that it's also bad too. So I don't think it has a message to say regarding its taking a balance and whatnot, but it does show that yes, you should be yourself on camera. I guess that is the message it's trying to tell people, like, just be yourself, don't be fake, because people can spot a fake from a mile away. At least that's what I'm gathering from the entire show. It is a girl trapped isekai into a digital world and trying to get the hell out with it's a smartphone isekai film, basically, like the first of its kind, I guess. So it's pretty interesting that will it set a trend for 2026 and 2027? Who knows? It's an interesting look at it, a take on it. Even though we have seen stuff like this being done where people are trapped in digital and MMO worlds and whatnot. But all in all, the movie itself, Labyrinth, it's actually not bad. It's a good first viewing per se. As for repeated viewings, I'm not so sure. Maybe if they tighten up the pace a bit and actually had better animation budget for most of the talking scenes and how they frame it and everything. I mean, the vistas look good and the third act bits are really well done. It's just that everything else just feels like it's just catching up, or it's like we know the producers are taking a step back in terms of the budget before they rank it up again. Oh, we're gonna save everything in between. Forget it. At least they're smart enough to know where to spend money on. But you could tell that after seeing so many anime films, you know what gets cut and what doesn't. But all in all, it is still a decent looking film with a bit of a message about social media that's worth telling. I mean, I can tell you that, I don't know, man, after seeing shows like Weathering With You and Suzuka, sometimes you just want a show that has a bit more meat. It's like all killer, a bit of a filler, more killer, less filler, that sort of thing. I mean, good animation can only carry your medium so far, so I'm glad that there's at least a bit of meat in this show. So as a final rating, I guess it's a 70 out of 100. The third act carried everything, let's just say that, the third act. Okay, we saved the best for last. So, I also got the privilege of checking out the Hololive Stage World Tour 25 Synchronize in Kuala Lumpur. That was at Comic Fiesta's grounds. It was at the first floor, I believe, the theater right there. And it's my first Hololive VTuber concert. My virginity for this culture has been broken. It's been pierced, more or less. So we have all these stars from the Hololive, the current Hololive generation side, English and Indonesia. We have Momo Suzu Nene, Kureji Oli from Indonesia, Mori Kaliop, Calliope, called Calliope. I remember her because of the Suicide Squad song she did. Iris, Iris I remember because she's in the DLC for Rift of the Necrodancer Hololive edition. Nerissa Ravencroft, and special guests Ayunda Risu and Elizabeth Rose Bloodflame, who I believe had a pretty epic entrance and opening because she got this long speech that he says and the crowd was just really into it. I have to say, I'm not a fan of the acoustics of the place because I don't think it's appropriate, like especially when it came to the Squirrel Girl song where she had like high notes she's trying to hit. It really peaked the audio. It really made the audio, I mean, it didn't frazzle, it didn't have that like feedback sound and whatnot, but it really was stretching to the point where you can hear the sound getting cut off. I was sitting at the back, yeah, and in any concert, regardless of whether you're sitting at the back or the front, the audience should at least hear everything clear and crisp. Like, good acoustics do matter, and I don't believe this hallway had good acoustics to support the talent and the voice prowess of these singers. Having said that, the energy of the crowd, that was insane. Yes, there were some highlighted songs right there. I mean, there's a lot of Japanese songs. I mean, you got like the first one where they had the 5 singers pop up, and then you got all the crowd with the color-coded light sticks. So whenever Mori Calliope pops up, it becomes a pink color, and then when Kureji Ollie comes up, it's red. You know, it's really cool how they did that little highlighted thing and all that for the concert. And what else is there? Yeah, there were a lot of other Japanese songs that are very popish. Some rock, some ballads, and some really cool J-pop stuff. Really, really hyper. I mean, it's a concert. It's like the replacement of the J-pop concert. It's supposed to be hyper and everything. So you've got and then you got some surprise. I mean, they also did the Chainsaw Man theme OP1 Kickback. We had like Mori and a couple of others teaming up to sing that rap song and everything in their own voices and everything. And then Elizabeth Rose Bloodflame did the Rickroll. She rickrolled the stage by doing the entire Rick Astley song, Never Gonna Give You Up. She has different ranges for her voice, so she changed the pitches a bit here and there for the first and second verse. It's really cool how she does it. And then when she peaked, I mean, again, it's an acoustic issue, but it was so funny just to hear her actually pull off the high notes, even though the song didn't really call for that. And you've got, the Christmas song from Mariah Carey also was there. All I Want for Christmas Is You. We had, like, of course, the English singers, the Chipmunk. I think it was the Chipmunk. It was the Ayusarisu, the Squirrel, Elizabeth Rose Bloodflame, and Mori Calliope, who was singing the All I Want for Christmas Is You. That was pretty cheery and everything. And, of course, you've got, like, the cap off of all the songs. You got like, I'm not sure what the hell the rest of the songs are, but they all 5 of the singers, Momo, Suzu, Ollie, Mori, Iris, and Nerissa Ravencroft, they all teamed up to sing the last few songs. Really cool pop stuff, really active. There's probably like the full set list out there for people who can check it out on Twitter, but they all sound really catchy and all that. Mind you, I got invited to check this out. It was I thought I was gonna stand up for the entire process, but the ushers were really nice. They, after like sorting it out, that saying that, oh, media got invited. Okay, we're just gonna bring you there to the center of the stage. And I was very confused. Am I standing in the middle? No, I don't think I'm supposed to do that. So I asked another usher, and then they helped me. Oh, you go all the way to the back. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, so I get to sit for the entire concession. That was really cool. So again, thanks a lot, Comic Fiesta, for the invite. And that's my review of the concert right now. I mean, again, not my experiences, my review completely different as an outsider. I'd say this is a very interesting concert. Like, I can understand why this concert gets sold out like on the first day when the tickets went on sale. It's a really, how do you say, like, people really love VTubers. They want to be the person to support. There's a term for it. Onitsuka Oshio, they call it Oshio. Yeah, I support. I'm the person who a fan. Yes, I'm a fan who supports this person to go to higher stakes, main van or whatnot, Oshio, whatnot. Really, really So they have a lot. These VTubers have a lot of a cult following, insane big ones. I check out their streams, their YouTube count. It's like very up, like the hundreds and thousands of followers, and their videos, and all the music videos, and their clips of playthroughs, and their catchphrases and everything. It's insane how it goes. Like, and then the new generation, whoever is new in this side of things, they're carrying the torch for their old 4 bearers and whatnot, keeping the Hololive name proud and loud and proud and everything. We did an episode on VTubers on TV, RTM last year. That was one of the more popular episodes we did because of who we highlighted and what it's all about. People just like following these cute girls doing their thing and everything with the actual creators, all that behind the covers, like behind the curtains and everything. So it's a culture that people respect. People don't want to see the real people behind the faces, but they respect them, and then they just cheer on the Oshio, the fan. They cheer their singers and the idols to do all these cool things, singing, doing cool shit, dancing, and hosting these concerts. So there's a really awesome, insane culture. And yeah, when I was there at the concert, the crowd was really hyped up, very fervorous. I mean, I think they even stood up on the side to, jump up and down and cheer and waving their light sticks. They do the round thing with the light sticks, counterclockwise and counterclockwise, with the lights representing the different VTubers on stage. Nobody was booing anybody. They were just cheering on from start to finish and shouting the lyrics of the song and singing along to fervorous their dedication, I call it. Very passionate. The kind of it's like love and anger combined all in one, channeling towards these fake make-believe online holograms. I mean, I've been to so many concerts. I mean, I've checked out Deep Purple. I've seen, this year alone, I saw Toto, Deep Purple. Who else did I watch? Deep Purple, Toto. I think just a couple, yeah. Oh yeah, Franz Ferdinand. And that, the Hololive concert, VTuber energy, I don't think any of those concerts I mentioned match the intensity and dedication that this Hololive Stage World Tour has on Malaysians especially. I mean, even the VTubers tweeted the next day that, oh, we love Malaysian energy, so much better here and there and everything. Yeah, it's insane, yo. So you gotta give them props to the fans and dedicated fans to cheering and buying the tickets and the merch and everything to keep the stand, the whole sim culture alive and everything. Really insane stuff right there. I think the only thing that could match this energy is probably the MagFest 2025, the one I went to earlier this year, where I checked out Cybertronic Spree. That was one of the best concerts I've been to in a while, like with the activities, the mosh pit, the presentation, everything. This one's more like, it needs more I mean, again, it's all holograms, so there's not much theatrics to be done and everything, but the energy of the crowd, just to be there for that one time, just to see what VTuber culture has culminated into, I think that is totally worth it. It is totally worth it just to be there for that one day, just to see how this culture has peaked before all of these characters get switched around because of some drama backstage or whatnot. I mean, I know about the stories of the other VTuber agencies and whatnot, VShow, whatever. I don't think VShojo's around anymore, right? Everyone leaving and all that. So Hololive is probably the only one that's like the big one that's still around. So in terms of just being there, yeah, it is a cultural zeitgeist that at least people have to at least check out once just to see how it goes. And yeah, it's definitely worth it just to see a one and done for people who are not really into that culture, just to see that how far is anime gaming culture, especially when it's combined to become this amorphous form that is VTuber culture. So that's my review. Alright, thanks again to Comic Fiesta 2025 for letting us check out the event itself. We got the media pass and everything, and us covering the whole thing, taking photos and talking about the highlights and whatnot, mostly the No Straight Roads 2 stuff. and also for giving us a free pass to check out the Hololive concert. That's the Hololive Stage World Tour 25 Synchronize. Yeah, it was really quite an experience, I'll tell you that. Yes, it's pretty much an experience. Yep. And that's it from me, Mr. Toffee, Jonathan Toyat. We'll be taking a bit of a break. We'll have videos coming up this week and next week. But in terms of breaks, I'm just going to take the simple Christmas break here and there. And there won't be that many articles forming out. I mean, there isn't that much news. Stay tuned for our best games of 2025. That should be on the website and on Twitter. And as far as video form, I'm not sure yet. Maybe just before New Year's, we can get something out. We'll see how it goes. But we'll be having a bit of a powwow with a lot of the content creators and awesome folks from our video game circle, talking about their favorite video games, esports stuff, and everything in between. So yeah, thanks again for checking us out. If you want to subscribe to us, if you like this video, do like and subscribe to us. We post new content every week. We've reached like 100,000 plus subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing to us. We're gonna keep on doing what we love: video games, anime, and everything in between. So thanks again. See you next time. Bye bye. And be sure to support your favorite content creator, whether they're real or fake or in between. Bye bye.